Once upon a time, in ancient Greece, there lived a man named Socrates. Socrates was a wise philosopher who spent most of his days wandering around the city, engaging in discussions with anyone who would listen. One day, a young man came up to Socrates and asked him, "Why do you think you are so wise?" Socrates thought for a moment and replied, "I am not wise, young man. In fact, I believe that the only true wisdom is in knowing that you know nothing." The young man was puzzled by Socrates' answer. "But how can that be?" he asked. "You are a wise philosopher. Surely you must know something." Socrates smiled and replied, "But that is the beauty of it. The more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know. Every new piece of knowledge only serves to highlight how much I have yet to learn." The young man thought about this for a moment and realized that Socrates was right. He had always thought that wisdom was about knowing everything, but Socrates had shown him that true wisdom is in recognizing how much you don't know. As they continued to walk, Socrates told the young man a story. Once upon a time, there was a man who believed that he was the wisest person in the world. He went around telling everyone how much he knew and how clever he was. But one day, he met an oracle who told him that he was not as wise as he thought he was. The man was shocked. He couldn't believe that anyone could be wiser than him. So he decided to go on a journey to find the wisest person in the world and prove the oracle wrong. After many months of traveling and talking to people, the man finally came across a wise old philosopher. The philosopher listened to the man's story and asked him a question. "Do you really think that you are the wisest person in the world?" he asked. The man thought about it and replied, "Yes, I do. I know more than anyone else." The philosopher smiled and said, "But that is where you are wrong. True wisdom is not about knowing everything. It is about recognizing how little you really know." The young man was amazed by Socrates' story. He had never thought about wisdom in that way before. He realized that he had been so focused on trying to learn as much as he could that he had never stopped to think about how much he didn't know. From that day on, the young man vowed to always approach knowledge with a humble and open mind. He knew that he would never be able to know everything, but he also knew that the journey of learning and discovery was just as important as the destination. And so, Socrates had taught the young man a valuable lesson. True wisdom is not about knowing everything, but about recognizing how much you don't know. It is about approaching knowledge with a humble and open mind, always eager to learn and grow. And that, my friends, is the story of how Socrates taught the young man the meaning of true wisdom.